In this video we're going to look at factorials. Factorials, it's not something that is examined on the GCSE. It is something that you can use to solve some problems, but you don't have to. Essentially, factorial is just a nice bit of maths that's good to know about. So, first of all, let's look at a typical question like this. How many ways can I arrange 4 people? So let's call these 4 people A, B, C and D. Now if we're going to arrange them in different ways, we could do B, A, C, D. We could do A, B, D, C. We could completely flip it, start with D, finish with A, start with C, etc, etc. There's a lot of different ways of doing it. We could keep trying to list them all, but that'll take us a while. So what we can do is, if we look at the first line, there are 4 different letters we could use for that. We could use A, B, C or D. For the second value, or the second person, there's only 3 ways we can do this now. If we've used A already, there's only B, C or D that we can use for that one. So there's 3 possible ways there. For the third one, we've used A and B here, so this could only be C or D. And finally, we've used all 3 of these ones, so that leaves you with 1 at the end. So to find the solution to this, we do 4 times 3 times 2, which is 24. Now a quicker way of looking at this, and this is where our factorials come into it, 4 people, we want to arrange them in different ways. It'll be 4 factorial, which means 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1, which gives us that 24 again. So that is how we use it. You don't have to use on this. You could just keep listing those letters, but it's more efficient to use the factorial. So a factorial is that number multiplied by every integer between itself and 1. So by integer we mean whole number. So between 1 and 4 we've got 3 and 2. So 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That's how you do the factorials. So we would look at 10 people. I'm not going to start listing 10 letters here, A, B, C, D all the way on, and try and do this again, because actually what we find this time is there's going to be a lot more ways we can arrange these people because there's more people. But I can go straight to my factorial, so it'll be 10 factorial is how I get this answer. So that is 10 multiplied by 9 multiplied by all the integers between 10 and 1. Whatever the solution to this calculation is, that is the solution to how I'd arrange 10 people. So I'd have to do this. So obviously 10 times 9 is 90. 90 times 8 is 720. Times that by 7. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to do it because that's far too much multiplication. So it is times like these that our calculator comes in. There is a factorial button on your calculator. It is just above the 4 here. So it's a little orange one. And the way it's written on your calculator is n factorial. That's the button we want to access. So the way I would do this is I would do 10. And obviously to access those orange buttons or functions, we use the second function button. Press the 4. And there you can see we've got 10 factorial here. And 10 factorial is this very large number, 3,628,800 different ways of arranging 10 people. So something you definitely don't want to be listing. So that was 10, second function, press the 4 button, equals 3,628,800, and that is our answer, using again the factorial button. So let's see what happens with 20 people, and you can have a go at a few on yourself. So again, obviously this is bigger again, so it's going to be a lot bigger than that 3 million. What I would say is it's probably going to go into the billions, maybe the trillions, maybe even more, because this time we're going to multiply this by 11, by 12, by 13, all the way up to 20. So let's go with 20. Second function 4, and that gives us our factorial, and that is the answer. So you might be wondering, what does that E18 mean? Well, it means that this number is extremely large. What it means is that we've got 2 point something here. Obviously it's not 2.4, 3, etc. It's got to be a lot bigger than that. What it is 2, and then there's 18 digits after that decimal point, or after the 2. So I'll write it down actually. I'll give it a go anyway. At the moment I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 digits after that 2. So 2, 4, 3, 2, 9, 0, 2, 0, 0, 8. It means that there's another 9 digits after this. I don't know what those digits are. They might be zeros, there might be ones, twos, I don't know. For the more, I'll put in zeros actually. I need 9 more digits. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So they're my digits. And what you've got up to this point here, that is 1 million. That is the millionth place value there. So here I've got tens of millions. Here I've got hundreds of millions. Now I'm starting to get into the billions and the trillions. So this quadrillions is somewhere up around here. I don't even know what's after quadrillion, but that's the kind of number that I'm looking at here. So when it comes to factorials, the numbers get very big very, very fast, as we saw with that 10 factorial. Rather than writing down all the digits, if you wish to, just write down what you've got there. Mathematically, that is sound. So, I have a go at some of these for yourself. What I'd like you to do is write down the calculation, and then use your calculator to figure out. Maybe the first one you don't need a calculator, but definitely with those other two you will need a calculator. See how you're doing it. So pause the video now. Right, hopefully you did okay on those. 5 factorial is pretty straightforward. For 5 factorial we need to do 5 multiplied by all the integers from 5 down to 1. So that's what the calculation is. We can do this one without a calculator. That's 20, 60, 120. For 16 factorial, I'll need to do 16 multiplied by 15 by 14 dot 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 all the way down to 1. And that calculation, or that answer, looks like this. So on this one we have got 2, and then there's 13 digits after the 2. 0.092278989 E13. There are some really nice websites. If you go and check, just Google 16 factorial, and one of the top 2 or 3 should take you to a website that'll give you all the digits of that number. You see that they could fill a page, fill a room very quickly, which is very likely what is going to happen here with the 100 factorial. The 100 factorial, I don't think we can actually do on our calculator, it's so big. So that's one that you might need to Google in order to find out exactly what it is. But we'll have a go and we'll see what happens in this. So into your calculators, we're going to look at 100 apologies. We're going to look at 100 second function 4. So we get our answer. It's actually an error, and it's an error because there's too many digits in the answer for the calculator to hold. So it is one that we do need to rely on Google for, but I did look at it earlier. 100 factorial is equal to 93 point, and there are 100, so E 158 digits in this answer. I'll put a 0 here actually as a placeholder. I don't recall what the first decimal place was, but you're roughly looking at 93 and then 158 digits after that. Think about a million. 1 million has 7 digits in it, and this answer here we're looking at about 160 digits, so it's a massive number. So like I said, Google for yourself, see what it looks like, see what 1,000 factorial looks like. I haven't actually checked it out myself, but their numbers will get extremely large very quickly. But the calculation here would have been 100 multiplied by 99 multiplied by 98 multiplied by dot 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 everything from 100 to 1, and that's how you do factorials. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you to Jenny for the request.